anything. You see that kid again. Fortunately, his twin brothers and cousins still live in my mother's neighborhood.
Oh.
So I get to see them every so often.
Are you planning to adopt a new kitty?
No, I'm never going to get another cat. Tristan was it. They are outdoor cats, and they, my mother feeds them, and they stay literally right outside the window. And today I noticed my mom opened the door, and Tristan's big brother walked right in the house. And I was in a rush to get here. I'm like, oh man, I would have gone in the house and hung out with him a little bit, but I had to rush here. I was like, that sucks because I never get to see him in the house. So we already started. So it's me, Denny Daniel, and I'm here with Peter.
Rika.
And they came all the way from, well, technically Scotland, where they're from now, but they're from all over the place.
We're Scottish now. 100%.
They're Scottish now. And he's been saving my life because every time I get something in England, it gets mailed to him, and then he brings it here, mails it to me, and then every time he gets something from America, they mail it here, and then we get it back to them because the postage is just ridiculous when you do it through these websites. It's actually cheaper to mail it yourself.
And some things they don't ship across the Atlantic.
And since you're coming, I wish I was coming over there.
Yeah.
Someday I will totally make it out there. I'll find a way to get out there. Maybe even bring the museum and show it in your house.
Oh my God, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I'll find a way. I did the Hermitage. So if I can do the Hermitage,
you can do that.
I could do Scotland. Yeah. We'll do the Albert and what is the Royal Albert and
Royal Albert Hall.
Royal Albert Hall. What was the Albert and Mary? What is that museum?
Oh, that's in Victoria.
Victoria.
Oh, Victorian Albert, yeah.
Victorian Albert. That's it. Yeah. That we'll do that one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do several kind of unboxings. They're gonna unbox. I've got these two packages here. Oh, you should always pick up three so that way one doesn't get picked. So we'll do this. Here are our three packages that I do like a New York shell game. Here's me mixing them up. There just isn't a quarter under any of them, and you win nothing. So it's just like a shell game in New York. That's it. Okay, so each one of you pick a package to open. That one, excellent. Which one do you want to open?
I'm gonna choose the one that you just broke.
Good. And then I can find out what I broke. And there are your samples. And don't say where it's from. Don't read the names. Don't read the addresses and names because they're private addresses. But cut it open, and I would cut it open like this. I would go something like that. Wherever the opening is, I don't know if the opening this way. I would do that. And of course, as I mentioned, they get packages for me in the UK. So one of them is in this box, which they got for me, and these are original Magic Lantern slides. And this is the, from what I know, Puss in Boots. Wow, these are beautiful. So this is the story of Puss in Boots using black slides. Did you get to look at these at all?
No, I just checked it wasn't anything for me. And
Look.
Awesome.
So you would use a magic lantern to see these.
It's from another world.
There's Puss.
Oh, what's
the thing to read is on the top.
I was expecting a ginger.
But often they came with a booklet, so I'm going to see if I can find the original booklet as well. And try to see if there was a booklet for this one, or you just read the top of the slide. I did buy a Puss in Boots book from that era.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times. And if it didn't come with the booklet, or I don't find the booklet, then I'm going to read from that historic booklet from the 1800s. So that's one of the boxes that you guys got for me. Then there's a package in here of more items that you guys got for me. So there is, because I studied at Oxford for a hot second in a summer session. I don't know if you know this.
No.
So when I was going to NYU, in my second year, I went to Oxford, Corpus Christi at Oxford, and I was studying there. I took literature, history, international economics and a theater class, and I got straight A's at Oxford. So I'm very
Okay.
proud of that, but it was a hot second in the summer. But I wanted to get this is from my college, isn't it? University of Oxford, schedule of lectures authorized by the
That's
board
the,
of, oh, this
University.
is Trinity term, 1971.
Yeah, but
So it's
the-
not Corpus.
No, the Trinity doesn't refer to the college. This is for the university as a whole. So it's not for an individual college.
Trinity is one of the colleges. though.
No, Trinity is a term. So they have terms. Trinity, Michaelmas, and so on. There are 3 terms.
Oh,
Yeah. And then
Okay.
university is a certain entity this relates to. Then below the university are the individual colleges.
right. I went to the Corpus
yeah,
Christi.
but this
which
is not
in-
specific to a college.
Oh, I always thought Trinity was one of the
Trinity
colleges.
is a term. It is. It's
Oh.
confusing. But the Trinity College and Trinity term.
Really?
Unrelated, yeah. No
Okay,
connection.
and it's called Trinity term.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
I did not know
you
that.
call it a semester.
Because I knew, oh, a Trinity term is a
It-
segment of the
Yeah,
year.
it's one of the 3 semesters.
Oh, okay. So I was so Trinity is oh,
There's a Trinity College.
right,
One
but
thing.
Trinity as a semester is the first, second, or third? Oh,
I
you
think
don't know.
it's second.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay. Ironically, because
third.
it's Trinity, you'd think
Yeah.
it'd be the third.
Oh, Michaelmas is the first one.
Mhm.
Uh,
I mean, it would make sense. To do
What's the
two.
other? So this,
yeah.
so this is the Trinity term 1971. I did not go there in 1971, obviously. This is incredible. Faculty of English Language and Literature, lecture list for Trinity term 71. And the people that like, so as you might probably know with Oxford, there's the main lecture, which is in a giant lecture hall, which is like several hundred people. And then there's breakout rooms where there's the tutoring
Yeah.
session, they call it. But it's not technically, it's kind of the actual class.
Mhm.
And that's very small groups of like, sometimes not even 10 people and one professor. So in the lecture hall, when I looked at the people lecturing, I said, "Oh, I read that guy's book, and I read that book. Oh, they're going to lecture about that book." And the guy looks at me and goes, "Denny, this is Oxford. We don't have teachers lecture about the book. The writer of the book is here, and he's going to tell you about the book he wrote." And I'm like, "Well, I'm studying Plato and Aristotle. Did you get it?" And I said, "Well, we didn't get that, but we got the rest." The people who are
Hillary
living.
is the other thing. So
What?
the semesters are Michaelmas, Hillary, and Trinity.
Wow, so Trinity is the third.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna complete these guys quickly since we're on a roll here. So this one is the other item that I had mailed to them. That is, oh, you don't know this story, and you're gonna be in shock.
No.
This the serial killer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the reason why I got this paper from the serial killer is because this is also for Heidi, and hopefully there is a life after death. Joel Rifkin killed my first girlfriend. That was his first kill. I didn't want to tell you while you were there because it would have been kind of scaring you, but
Wow.
I didn't know this.
I was wondering why you chose this particular guy.
I didn't know about it, but I had a bad feeling. My first girlfriend I met during NYU, and I didn't realize what she was doing and all this, and it was New York was crazy back then. She was this beautiful, tall, sweet blonde girl, child prodigy, smarter than a whip. Never seen anything this smart. And we spoke for hours and hours and hours. And New York's insane, fast life basically was too much for her. Drugs, sex, alcohol, all that. At any rate, years later, I got a bad feeling that something was wrong. And apparently Joel Rifkin, this guy from Long Island, she was his first kill. And he chopped her up and severed her head and pulled her teeth out with pliers. He did a lot. So unfortunately, I found out literally right before I met Abigail, literally like a couple of months before that. My friend who looks like her, tall, beautiful blonde girl, said, "Denny, you always tell me how I remind you of your first girlfriend, Heidi. It's been haunting me." So I secretly researched are you sitting down? Was her name Hardy Balsh? And I was like, oh my God, why do you know that last name? And she said, sit down. And I knew about good Joel Rifkin. And ironically, the library in East Meadow, Long Island, loved me and was hiring me multiple times a year. And I kept having this good, interesting feeling about that place and how they loved me and all that. And I kept being drawn to East Meadow. That's where he lived. That's where he killed her. So I bought the newspapers from that era. I bought the Time magazine article on him, and I picked up this. The only thing I haven't gotten yet is apparently there's a documentary on my first girlfriend and him, and there's a book. And those are the last two items. I just haven't had the guts to get it yet. But eventually I'll get it because I should know the story. I should know what ended up happening. But this is in honor of Heidi. I got this and I'm adding it to the museum as part of our crime show and all that because I work with the police department. But yeah, that's Joel. That's his eyes. So there were two reasons why I got that. And I figured I'd tell you. And ironically, his last kill is my friend's girlfriend, singer, the lead singer of a band's girlfriend. That was his. So this is part of my birthday shows. This is Happy Birthday, George, Captain Zoom Records, on a lighter note. So that's a cool one. We have the world's largest collection of birthday 45s. So we can do a birthday for anybody. I've got 400 for Happy Birthday 45s and 33s. That's a 33. And then this one here is, more memorabilia from Captain Zoom. So I actually know him. He lives in Florida now. He's the PR guy that worked for the company, American Pro Records. And they were doing this from the early 70s onward. And he kind of bought up the company or bought up the brand and is now still doing it. So you can have digital. So you could do one for Peter or for Rika and do they'll make a happy birthday song for you. So this is a 16mm film of, oh my God, kitchen hygiene. This is perfect for the show I'm doing for Thanksgiving. So this will be shown on that one. And maybe this weekend. Oh no, this weekend is Daredevils. So I will show this. This would have been good for, well, no, I want to show this for the kitchen, for the Thanksgiving. And this is perfect for the Thanksgiving. Kitchen hygiene, those cheesy manner films from back then. And then the most important, last but not least, is the item that you gave me. Notice to the public, the city having taken title on Monday, December 5th, 1938, the 6th Avenue elevator. Wow. This is incredible. That's right. You had mentioned that you had two of these. So this is unbelievable. This is when
on the stereoscope.
Yeah, so that's the
Oh,
image
the
you
same
saw on the
picture.
stereoscope of the. So they had overhead train tracks from all the way downtown by Battery Park, all the way uptown past 42nd Street, overhead trains, and they took them down in 1939, but the city took them over in 1938.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
this
they
is
went
a
both.
huge, important piece
It's
for the
something
museum
new,
now.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this is
got
gonna be
two of them.
so,
I
cool
I
for
bought
kids.
one, but they sent me two, so.
so that one I'm gonna add to that show, and I'm gonna show this next Tuesday at the park. So this will be at the park every single week because this will juxtapose with that stereoscope
Mhm.
slides you showed. So this will be teaching kids for years and years and years and years
This
after
guy-
we're dead and still teach
This
kids.
guy at the bottom, Thomas Murray, he was the receiver. So basically the IoT went bust, went bankrupt. And he took over the company for a few years until the city itself took over.
A few years.
Yeah,
Wow.
about 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
And in 1940, the city itself took over all the subways.
Yeah.
So they couldn't make a profit.
And the railroad tracks also.
Well, yeah, until they were eventually pulled down as this one was.
Yeah, almost nothing is left of the railroad ones. There are still overhead. Every line
Yeah.
has a section that goes overhead. There's
Yeah.
almost every line has a section that goes overhead. From the F to the M to everything. My friend researched it and found out. That's really cool. Thank you. That is, and Peter is the expert on anything having to do with New York subway and trains and all that
Only the
stuff.
maps. Only the maps.
Well, the maps. And he ordered a map that's over there. Okay, so you guys did your unboxing. So what did you open up?
I tried to read it, but I could not.
Films. So let's see what film this is. Oh, this is a holy grail item for a show that I'm debuting soon on literature. It's my Culture Vulture show. So we did the art portion of it,
Mhm.
and now we're going to do the literature portion. So this is a film on the printing press.
From
Oh,
what
really?
year?
So it says, what is it, 1975,
Might be interesting.
around 1975.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Mm.
What
And-
kind of printing?
More modern printing presses. It's a
Mhm.
film from that era, but it'll give you some of the history from what I know. I haven't seen it yet. I only
Wow.
saw a few stills.
That's
So it's, I
interesting.
think it gives you some history and then shows you up until the 1970s,
Mm.
what was the printing press. And oh, finally, I get a Pan Am film. So this is one of those, Pan Am, this place is beautiful, go there. So this is skiing in Europe. Perfect, because you're from Europe. So you came from Europe to bring me a film, well, to open up a film about skiing in Europe. So this is a 16mm film that's a little longer than I usually do, but I wanted this one because it's a Pan Am.
How long is that?
That is probably, I would say, it's more than 10 minutes. It's probably 20 minutes. I usually don't do like 20 minutes give or take films, but it's 10.
Yeah, like another roll of film.
So you opened up a fan tool. What is that?
No title.
Mm.
You're going to be very happy. This one is Oliver, a clip from Oliver.
No.
And that one is the clip. Which clip is that one? This one is where, what's his name? The
Sherlock.
Shylock.
No.
No, Shylock is another Charles Dickens. Oh God, the Dodger worked for him, and Oliver worked for him. But it's not got to be
Fagin.
Fagin, right?
Right.
This is the scene where Fagin questions what he should do and whether he should live or die and all that. And I can't remember the name of the song offhand now. And he didn't write it, being silly. But it's a really beautiful song where he kind of questions life and everything. He's like, and then he goes, and then he's like, no, I'm going to keep doing this.
Mhm.
And this one is Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, great Jewish film.
And this one is 2 clips, I believe. So there it says Oliver on it for people to see. So this is 2 clips. It's Tradition. And the song that comes right after Tradition, I believe. But tradition.
Rebecca often hears me singing the other song, If I Were a Rich Man.
It's not If I Were a Rich Man.
No, but that's also.
What
If I Were a Rich Man.
is in that
It
film?
is
Yeah.
that song, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, Rebecca often hears me sing. There's a song she hears me singing in the house.
Oh, is it? Oh, so that's kind of, yeah,
Wishful thinking.
wishful thinking. Yeah. So that's perfect for you to open this.
Yeah.
Now he'll earworm for the rest of the trip here. That's what you've always wanted. And did we do everything? Are we done?
I think so.
Yay!
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Still be not in the camera.
There's a book behind you, but
Oh, you want to open this one together?
What's that?
Oh, and yes, show the map.
So this
Since you
arrived
mentioned it.
from America to Lenny, and it is a map of the New York subway by Mr. Stephen Verheis. And this was done for the Union Bank. But the transit
Union
company,
Dime Bank.
Union Dime Bank, but the transit company couldn't afford maps anymore, so they were using the Union Dime's maps, and which are free of charge. And this is only what's significant about this one is up here you can see the Far Rockaway extension, which came into use in '56, and this is the '56 edition, and that wasn't there for the '54 edition.
Oh, wow. So let's show that. Because I went to school at Far Rockaway. That's where I went to high school. I went to Brandeis and Far Rockaway. So we'll open this one together. I'll do the cutting and you guys do the unboxing. Excellent. And you guys have the honor of opening them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what those are. So they're glass,
Mhm.
and there's a bunch of tin. Are they glass?
Yeah, kinda.
So these are very, very beautiful, elegant, and for my next show that I'm debuting, hopefully soon, I'm gonna make a phone call and find out. But it's a show on
Oh, I think both.
perfume.
Oh, okay.
So this is antique perfume bottles, and one of these is really cool. I can't read the name. What is that name?
Intoxication, Dorsey.
Intoxication. That's perfect.
Mm.
It makes a ton of them. I try to get something that's always come. Let's do some more cutting here for you.
You can still smell it a bit.
Really? Wow.
I
you
think
can
so.
actually
Maybe
put
I'm
that.
just imagining it.
These are very elegant.
Yeah, you kind of can. Where's the top for that?
Yeah,
I came in this bag, but I found
it's proper.
There should be the top. Yeah.
Juliet.
It should be okay.
Yeah, you can smell it.
That's nice, I think.
I can smell it.
Okay, so open that one. So this one says Juliet.
Yeah.
These are beautiful. These are
This
really
one,
beautiful.
say, this is also Dorsey. How I pronounce that?
I think it's funny the ones like that stuff.
You know, I don't think I bought this one. I
Yeah,
think
it's
they
really
just
cool.
added it.
Hmm.
Because people find out that I teach. And they just add extra things sometimes, so I think I may not have even got them on. And they
So
just
what's the
added it.
theme for this exhibition?
So this is gonna be, actually, somebody came to our park show in Washington Square Park. And
Oh, look,
like the
this is the one
museum,
for the big
there's
button.
the top.
It's not top.
I knew there had to be a top for that. So there's the top. Beautiful. And this is the top for this beautiful one here.
And
Can that be
this
right?
is gonna be a weird one. No, that's a bottle. That's a different bottle.
Yeah, that's a bottle. This is the top for that. It's so silly.
Eh,
I don't know, that doesn't seem right. Either.
oh, hold on, because something
Maybe
fell
there is
inside. So maybe like a cork or something.
one. Oh, yeah, it's a balloon, isn't it? The powers and-
So maybe this went inside the cork. But look, it's also a bit broken, so I think it's just a cork.
Yeah, it's just a cork and it's kind of stuck to the side there.
So this might have been just like holding it in.
Yeah, then you just been like a makeshift top. And then what's that? That's another bottle. Another very cool looking bottle with its top that I'm not even gonna try to open that. That's
Bottles.
cool.
Yeah.
So these are, now I have a good collection of perfume bottles for that show. So that's gonna be a star of that show. And that's funny, I was gonna call her tomorrow and ask her if she wants to do that lecture about the history of perfumes. This will be, that came in which box? This one?
Mhm.
Okay, because I'm gonna keep the box. Figure out if anything's missing. You never know. And that's it. That's my show. Ta-da. And let's say bye to the world. Bye to the world.